Sorry.
MASH stands for Manchester Action on Street Health, and we're a project for female sex workers, so women in prostitution. The organisation's been around in Manchester for 25 years. It's our 25th anniversary this year. We started 25 years ago with just a small outreach van that went around the streets of Manchester late at night, offering a basic harm reduction support service to women, giving out free condoms and useful needle exchange and refreshments. And we've developed, 25 years later, we now run a drop-in centre, as well as our outreach services. Our drop-in centre is based in the Beat, in Manchester City Centre, which is the area where women who street sex work out on the streets. Because a lot of the women we see won't go other places to get support. They'll only come to MASH just because they're afraid of being judged or they're afraid of mentioning sex work in other places. So the idea is all our support is completely free, and it's all decided by the woman who steps through the door. She can take whatever level of support she wants from us once we kind of gain the trust of that woman, and they can see that we can help on a really practical basis. There are complex issues around other areas, around the homelessness and the debts and the addictions, and if we can help them to tackle those areas of their life, then maybe they'd be in a position where they would make positive decisions, they would make other decisions. If they want to continue sex working, that's fine, but they may grow their self-confidence to a point where they decide that there are other options available. Recently, we've seen a lot more Romanian women and Hungarian women, so we've been lucky enough to find some funding to get interpreters with both of those languages. And what we try to do is just to be flexible to the needs of the women. Our aim is to make sure that there's always a support service that they can access easily. At the time of the month, I've recognised that it's very complex being a homeless woman, that there are less services for homeless women, and they've seen this real gap that recognises that they're women as opposed to people, and recognises how difficult it is. They help fundraising, they understand the ethos of what we do, so they have a complete awareness of the issues around Manchester. They collect sanitary products for us. They're very expensive, and they're not necessarily a priority for any woman who's homeless. I think we make a real impact with our funding, and we support a group of women that fall through the gaps elsewhere that there aren't services for. We did a survey recently, and over half the women who came into this support centre, even though they've got very complex needs, they said they're not going anywhere else for help. They're only coming to MASH for help. They'll only come to places they trust. It's our 25th anniversary this year, in 2016, and we have a huge idea of raising £25,000 this year for MASH. We're seeing increasing numbers of women, and at the same time we have less funding than we always had. So we're looking for people to do events like run the Manchester 10K, and there's lots of information on our website.